welcome back guys. It's a hot summer's day and we're going to wrestle a 2.2 turbo Lotus engine into the Esprit. Now Julian's taken this away and done some rather beautiful sort of reconditioning of intake pipes and manifolds and valve covers and things like that, and all polished up, all the fixings, and yeah, it's a new wastegate, new clutch, flywheel, belts, whole lot, you name it. It's sort of been lightly overhauled and ready to go back in. We've just got to time it up and yeah, I mean, stick it back in really, and then wire it all back together. So, well, I say we, Chris and Jacob.
It's a pretty simple job, isn't it?
It's very straightforward. I mean, you know, it's I mean, I'm sure I'll blink and it'll be done tomorrow, but yeah, like most things here. But no, we'll get through it, and we're quite excited. And yeah, they're a lovely engine. Sounds fantastic as well. You'll know, or you might not know, Chris has made a custom exhaust for this, downpipe, rear silencer, and you know, tips too. So hopefully that's going to sound really, really cool. And yeah, when it comes to it, I'm sure you guys will hear so much of it. But yeah, that's pretty much the Lotus. We had a massive shuffle around yesterday. So the Lotus is in Chris's bay on the ramp, ready for the engine and gearbox to go in, like I say. And the back end is in epoxy, and once we get this in, we'll then set that up, make sure we're sort of happy, do all the bodywork, paint work, and put it back together, put the exhaust on, final touches, and yeah, away we go. Simple as that. Like I say, 24 hours, done. Who would have thought it's a four-man job? You will recognise this from the socials, where we did a couple of spray outs and colours for this. We've since done a few more, which are now with Jonathan, who owns the beautiful Tamora here. And yeah, we're waiting to sort of get a bit of a firm up. He's really keen on 2 or 3 of the colours that we've done, so that's extremely exciting. Both metal flake, candy, you know, very, very quirky, proper TVR kind of colours. This thing's going to be bold, loud, and just, yeah, all types of look at me, which is just awesome. We're all about it. And yeah, we've finally got it into the workshop and got it on the ramp, got all the bits for the exhaust here from our guys at Profusion. We've got lots of 90s and 40s and 45s, and yeah, reducer as well. And yeah, basically replicating the same sort of shape that the original rear silencer had, but getting rid of this whole sort of, you know, silency bit. No, we don't want that. No, get rid of that. So yeah, loud, rowdy, look at me. Sounds phenomenal. Between this and the Esprit, we'll have a little bit of a comparison. Let's see what you guys think. But yeah, we're gonna have Lydia. You might see her in the background as well. Lydia at Dash to Boot. Shout out to her. She's incredible at what she does. She did the interior on the C10 for us as well, and yeah, she's going to be doing the interior on the TVR. That's going to go sort of dark blue and really bold, bright orange leather. So everything you see in there that's cream is pretty much going to go orange, and some seat inserts. We're going to colour match the back of the seats as well. It's yeah, I mean, hell of a Hot Wheels style TVR. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
So we've got this exhaust that's been made up for the Tamora. It's well, custom thing, as you can see. Deleting the back box. It's going to be quite a rowdy exhaust. So looking forward to hearing what it sounds like. It's been through sort of multiple different changes. So originally we were going to do sort of double exits either side, but sort of laying horizontally. And now we're going vertically. That's why you can see the cutouts. And yeah, so I'm just currently trying to copy one side I've done to the other, so it actually flows. You know, it's not just a visual thing. And yeah, so once that's done, we'll be able to fire it up and see what it sounds like.
Oh, it's nice to sit down. I got my brew. It's even warmer in here than it is outside, so we're going to speed this up because it's quite unpleasant. But anyway, the MG is pretty much done with Chris, and yeah, it's looking fantastic. It looked a whole lot better when it was all panelled up and, you know, all the gaps were set up, doors were set up, things like that. But needs must, and this is what it takes in the sort of preparation game. So everything that is covered up is now all sealed in epoxy primer and protected like it should be, which is of course the most important thing. So yeah, Tom's done a great job of this morning, I believe. He did this. Yeah, masked it all up yesterday and sprayed it this morning. So it's all protected, and everything that we've done is sealed in and protected and ready for its next stage of sort of seam sealer and Cobra as well. But yeah, this is going to be a hell of a little MG. It's proper no expense spared kind of thing. I mean, we've got, like I say, a new bonnet, new wings, new scuttle, new inner sills, new inner sill to floor sections, new outer sills, new rear quarters, various little misc sort of repairs Chris has done here and there. But yeah, hell of a little car. Going to be very, very beautiful, and it's yeah, now moving on quite quickly to the next stage of the restoration. So we're kind of done in the fabrication shop now, which is fantastic. Just the final touches, and then yeah, joining the queue of body and paint work, which seems to be ever growing, and I know Tom loves every single second of that. So you're welcome.
So the Corvette has come basically completely bare of resin, of any gel coat or anything. It is literally just all angle ground down, completely shapeless. It was basically just it looked like an abandoned pedalo, really. But then I've basically hand shaped the whole body. All the shapes that you see really is all just hand done, all freehand. It looks better out here though, because we've got the sun and the shadows on it. Yeah, it's been really laborious task. Not just anyone can really just zone out on something as massive as this. But yeah, now we've got it all blown off. It's basically ready for the first coat of epoxy. I'm now masking it up and taking advantage of the daylight. Yeah, once there's epoxy, then it's block down and probably fill a few other areas, because there's some places you won't even know until the primer. The primer kind of tells the story, really. Yeah, so once it's epoxied and rubbed down, it's then the final coat of primer, another flat down with some finer, some 800 pad, and then yeah, then it'll actually get its full coat of paint.
Cool. Tell us about the burn-ins that you have.
Yeah, I've kind of adopted this because no one else has really done any work on this, like in terms of body work. So I've kind of got a bit protective. I was working on it, and a bird just decided to crap inside the floor pan, and I do want to personally find that bird and possibly strangle it.
What's happening with the Mercedes? Roof's going on. Roof's going on. I took it off the other week and it was in a very, very poor state. I didn't have any sort of reference to keep from it. I meant to keep a reference for example, the tension of this cable, but when I got to it, it was already snapped. Half of the screws were rusted away. They were holding on the straps and various things. And I hear that it's a very, very tension-oriented job, as in you kind of want the reference, but got none of that, so really trying to feel my way through it here. Other than that, it's been quite thoroughly recommissioned. We've opened up the diff, cleaned that out, waiting on some diff fluid now. The slipping belts issue is hopefully sorted, replaced all of the belts up at front, resealed the valve covers, general service, oil filter, air filter, that sort of thing. And yeah, other than the roof, we're waiting for parts and finishing up. Long awaited, hard fought battle. The soft top is finally back on the Merc in a much, much better state than the one we pulled out of it, and I'd say much better looking than the hard top that it came in with. It's extremely tight, as new soft tops are. It was a real battle to get it to fit. I think it was a 3-man job to try and latch the back of it, but we had to figure out a new method to close it. Yeah, but we're very happy with how it turned out. It's nice and tight, got like a drum.